week. They won the toss, elected to bat, so it's good afternoon to Chris Martin-Jenkins.
Good afternoon, and welcome on the most perfect day for cricket at Castle Park, Colchester. Essex have done the first thing right. They've won the toss, and they've chosen to bat first and try to build up as big a score as they can. Too big, they hope, for Hampshire. As you can see from the two teams, the Essex side is as expected. Just one change from the team we saw last week, with Brian Hardy coming back in. And here's the first ball, the second over of the innings, with the score 2 for no wicket at the moment. Gladwin, the batsman facing, and Steve Andrew, who bowled very well in the championship match here yesterday, opening the bowling at that end for Hampshire. It's nicely placed by Gladwin, for at least 2. Fielder out there at deep extra cover was Robin Smith, the younger of the two Smith brothers, brother of Chris or Kippy Smith. Having served his qualification, will become an eligible England player next season. In the air and just past David Turner, and away for the first 4 of the innings. He does have an English qualification. And with balls like that, that could well interest England in due course, but anyway, good delivery. Pitched well up and swinging into the left-hander. And the first Essex wicket going down. And this is how Gladwin was out at 13. Aiming away towards mid-on somewhere. And on reflection would have perhaps met that with a straighter blade, but you don't get the chance to reflect in cricket until you're on the way to the pavilion very often. That's beautifully timed and placed. And that's more like the authentic Gooch.
Well, Essex will be very pleased with the situation. 142 for 2 with Gooch still there. That takes him on to 61. They've only lost 2 wickets, and we're on in the 28th over. A very handsome base, thanks to Gooch and McEwen with a century partnership. McEwen playing exceedingly well once again for his 61, in fact outscoring Graham Gooch. But Gooch is still there, and that's important for Essex. He's made 61. Gladwin and McEwen, the men out, and Gooch has now been joined by Pringle. It's on the offside there. Pringle attempted. So the last wicket to go down was that of Ken McEwen. Played an excellent 61. See the wicket go down now. Cowley, the bowler. The off-spinner. McEwen trying to hit him wide of mid-on. Lofting the ball. And Robin Smith, the younger of the two Smith brothers there at wideish mid-on, taking what turned out to be a relatively easy chance. 100 runs. As Hampshire, in turn, have got a pretty strong batting side. There'll be a case here, I think, of a lot of runs being scored, and bowlers getting some fairly hefty analysis. About to complete his bowling stint for the afternoon, coming in at the end of his 8th over, when he'll have gone for more than 50. A fierce straight drive there from Pringle. Connor, the man coming round to cut it off, but straight through his legs, and 4 more runs to the delight of this very big Essex crowd. So after 29 overs, there they are. They've moved on to 158 for 2, and at this moment in time, sitting fairly pretty. The score here in all 204 for 3, and we're in the 36th over. So Gooch, who's been there from the start, another bold example of carefree strokes from the Essex opener, as Tim Tremlett comes in. Very nearly got an edge to that. A little bit more bounce than usual out of this wicket, which has been a very placid affair all afternoon. Fletcher is his partner at the moment. He's just come in. And Tremlett, who's looked the best of the Hampshire bowlers, as Gooch, I think he'll settle for a single, go quietly to 100. That takes him on to 99. Their charge at the moment. They seem to have brought an extra man over on the offside for Keith Fletcher. But he's a pretty strong player off his legs as well. And he's gone, yes, chipped it again to mid-wicket. So Fletcher looking for gaps on the onside. That might just have paid off there for Tim Tremlett. So 205 now with Fletcher gone. Another very simple catch there. Tried to chip it away on the vacant spaces on the onside. And very comfortably taken. Robin Smith, in fact, taking his third catch there. He's taken a couple in that position and one out on the boundary. The previous man out before Fletcher was Derek Pringle. He went for the big one. Tremlett was again the bowler. Pringle looking for the hit the big six over mid-wicket. Middled it pretty well. But again, it was Robin Smith out on the boundary edge this time who judged the catch quite nicely. And Pringle was the third man out. So he went for 28. Since then, we've just seen Fletcher disappear for 3. Nobby Phillip is the new batsman. In to join Graham Gooch. So success for Tim Tremlett, who's looked the best of the Hampshire bowlers here today. Not been easy to get away, and has turned in a pretty good performance here. 7 overs, 2 for 24, good figures when you look at the runs that have been scored here today. The thought nagging in the mind, of course, of Keith Fletcher the whole time here is that Hampshire, I think their batting be regarded as rather stronger than the bowling. They're the bowling figures up to date. But they've got 1 or 2 in the Hampshire side who can play shots. And to be perfectly safe, a lot depends on what Graham Gooch can do in these last 4 overs. He's on 99 now. Connor to bowl to him. Plucks the single he needs for his 100, and this very big crowd here at Colchester rise to him. Every reason that he's such a popular player down here. Excellent 100. 107 balls, that's all it's taken him. He's hit 10 fours, and that in fact is the 5th time he's made 100 in this John Player League cricket. His last 50 have come in very quick time off only 33 balls. And Gooch has come a long way down. Slight error in the field there, otherwise I think he might have been in trouble. Slipping as he fielded that ball. Slipping on one of those artificial wickets there. Natural that Gooch wants as much of the strikers as possible here. Skippy Smith, the fielder out there, had a very busy time in the outfield. Well, very optimistic shout there. All they'll get for that is 4 leg byes. Ball. So Phillip takes a single, means he'll keep the strike with 3 overs to go. 213 for 4. Both sides are more or less at full strength here today. Essex showing just 1 change from last week. Brian Hardy comes in for Alan Lilly. And good batting in this Hampshire lineup. There's plenty of it there. Nicholas Turner, Justice Smith, both fine players. Hardy has looked promising. Cowley, a useful player. Tremlett too, and Parks. And that's the reason that Essex need a fairly big score here, I would think. So they've fared with the ball. Connor, Cowley and Tremlett too, the wicket takers. 100 to Gooch. Excellent 61 again from McEwen. Gooch dancing down the pitch there. Tremlett seen him coming, of course, dropped it short, so he had to settle for the single. Be a pretty big hitter on his day. He's gone for the big one there. Good hit for one. Gooch has gone to outdo him and has done it very comfortably indeed, because that sailed into the crowd for 6, and a very big hit here at Colchester, that one over mid-wicket. Gone a long, long way back over all the marquees, which all the way around the ground here. Really wound into that one. He's a big strong lad, Graham Gooch, and he's got a very big heavy bat. It's taken some while for that ball to be recovered. It's back now, and Gooch is on 107. That's another big yahoo. And he's dropped it. Oh, bad luck there for Trunley. Right underneath it. Hit it to many a mile, much too high. The unfortunate fielder was John Hardy out there. That's hit powerfully past Connor. Surfing him around. Off he goes again, another one, that's 6, over the top of Chris Smith. 20 yards back into the crowd, that one. And this is exactly what Fletcher needs now. Plenty of wickets in hand, they can throw the bat. And big excitement. It in rather a different style from Graham Gooch, but just as effective. Tries the full toss. Gooch is coming back for the second. He's quite happy to hold the watching brief as long as Bobby Phillips keeps middling it like that. Quickly gone on to 17. And these last few overs could well put this out of Hampshire's reach. Never easy to bowl at anybody like Phillips laying the bat like this. It's a good length ball that invariably gets punished. That's gone many a mile up in the air. Bobby Parks is after it. It's good to save. So fortune really favouring the brave. The top edge. No real possible chance that for the wicketkeeper. A big crossback mow again. And, Bobby Parks in fact making up a lot of ground. But, catches like that are really miracles. Mark Nicholas decided that he needs, I think, some man out the boundary. He's got to keep the 4 in the inner ring, of course. An idea then that Bobby Phillips was trying to push the one and pinch the bowling. So he's gone quickly on to 19. 238 for 4 the total. It's a useful ball. Good Yorker length. Barrel Leadbeat having a little look there to see if he should signal wide, but fair piece of judgment. See, Graham Gooch had backed away initially to begin with. And I haven't seen anybody play that shot lying down since Dennis Compton's day. Picked another one up there. and it's just over the top. Looked like being a catch, just cleared Smith again out there. And a big 6 there for Graham Gooch. A mighty blow with that big heavy bat. 115 now to Gooch, 244 the score. So safely out there for a couple more. Balls to go now. Andrew to Gooch. And a big leg side hit all the way along the ground. Turner, a very good field out there still. Keeps Gooch down to 2. 248 the score. Now can Graham Gooch make it 250 off the last ball? Keith Fletcher would be quite pleased with that sort of situation. Tough task for Hampshire. And that's certainly gone a long way, I think. Oh yes, way out of the ground. 254 then. Gooch finishing it off in typical style with another tremendous 6. And it's 252 then, after 40 overs, a big target for Hampshire.
There we are, one man in undoubted top form this afternoon. Now, when we left the Ostrich...
Seasoned campaigner there, the left-hander David Turner. Came in to open with Mark Nicholas. He's still there on 73 after setting off in a fine century stand with Mark Nicholas. 124 they put on. And 144. And David Turner so far has not lost his head. He's been stroking it around. On 74 at the end of 27 overs. 145 for 2. The scoring rate's gone up slightly. They needed 6.3 runs and they got underway. As you can see now, it's gone up to 8.46, but that is still perfectly possible on this pitch. Good wicket, a very fast outfield, and 1 or 2 good strikers of the ball to come in. 110 off 13 overs, and this is a score that they're chasing. Dominated, not for the first time, of course, by an undefeated 100 from Graham Gooch. Carried his back for 125, got great support there from Ken McEwen, 61, Pringle 28, and a flurry there from Nobby Phillip towards the end of the innings. And Gooch playing his part now with the ball. He took the first wicket, and since he and Pringle came together, they've certainly put a little bit of the block on this run rate. Slight change of pace, slower over there from Graham Gooch, who principally has kept the ball well up to the bat. He's in his 5th over now, 1 for 20. Pringle 6 overs, 1 for 25. The 2 bowlers really who've been bowling for the last 20 minutes or so have put a slight break on this Hampshire run rate. David Turner there with 75. The chance to show you how he lost his partner. Century stand, 124 they put on. Oh, Nicholas fell. Looking for the big hit there. And clean bowl by Graham Gooch. So he went after a fine opening stand, coming at a good rattling rate, as you can see. Only 20-2 overs bowl then. 124 on the board, and that put Hampshire in here with a real chance. Well, they've slowed a little over the last 20 minutes or so, but even still, 148 for 2 off 28 overs. Certainly with a good opportunity. Many of the locals here remember the time that Essex made 299 and lost the match to Warwickshire. So this is a bowling change. Stuart Turner comes back to bowl to David Turner. And immediately hit him high and straight. A couple of bounces over the ropes. That's in the air, but just wide. With 4 more runs, this outfield very fast. Sound encouraging over there for Hampshire, with Smith picking up 2 boundaries. And there the complete bowling figures of the Essex boys so far, 6 used in all. And it's quite interesting, the scoreboard now. It's 161 for 2. That's after 29 overs. And after 30 overs in the Essex innings, they were also 161 for 2. And well, they pulled off a great catch there. And Smith put the full toss away. Beautifully placed. Just found that gap. It's not a big one. It's 2 after 30 overs. Much expected of Trevor Jesty here today. Made a fine 70 yesterday. It wasn't to be his day today. He'd made only 3 singles. Didn't really look in touch. And in the end, had a mighty blow at Pringle. Missed completely. Lost his middle stump. And he went for 3. It was then 143 for 2. Turner to bowl again, Smith to face. Pluck out the single there. Turner to Turner. He's got hold of that one. A single. Turn it out to Smith. Oh, it's another fine shot. Really has produced some glorious shots already. It was 4 from the moment it left the bat. And he's bowling. Off a no ball. Up went the umpire's arm to signal a no ball. That's a cruel blow, really, for Stuart Turner. But, no question at all, he would have played the same shot, the result would have been the same. Quite incredible the number of times we've seen this happen this year. It's played inside, a perfectly good length ball. Poor Stuart Turner, probably be made to suffer for that. There's a quiet little look down that leg side. I doubt if they'll risk a second. That's just as well too. Beautiful throw for an end from Gladwin. 9 came from that over, 8 from the bat and 1 extra, which keeps Hampshire up for the run rate. 176 now for 2 off 31. And Essex will be wanting to dissolve this partnership as quickly as possible. Looks a little bit dangerous. Under 9 now, 8.78, 79 off 9 with 8 wickets in hand. This is there. There's another full toss, just about clearing those 2 fielders. Didn't middle it. If he middled it, it was 4 or 6. He's middled that one all right. No need for anybody to run there. Fine, courageous knock this from the little left-hander. Find these 2. Smith on 21. Full toss, and that's going to bring 4, I think. So it's 11 off the over, with 1 ball to go. It's another good-looking shot. David Turner's hurrying back for the second. That's an excellent over for the visitors here, 13 from it. Graham Gooch's figures suffering a bit there. Bowled extremely well up to then. 6 overs, 1 for 28. 7 overs, 1 for 41 now. 189 for 2 from 32. 8 overs to go. 66 wanted. Good running. Whack that away on the leg side. Come back for an easy 2. Good contest. I think John Lever's handoff just fell in to do the job there. They might take 2 to Pringle here. Just 4 wanted for the 200. Could be there. And again, Robin Smith picked his spot absolutely perfectly. Knew where the gap was, middle of the ball, it raced away to see 200 on the board for Hampshire. And his contribution already 34. And Turner's on 98. Pushed it away for 1, they're looking for 2. Back he comes. After hurry. Just made his ground. And 100 for David Turner. There's a quick look round at the board, up goes the bat. Very shy, modest fellow this, with a very good player. So only 96 balls for that Turner 100. 10 fours. And only the second he's made in this competition. Inevitably, the previous one was against Surrey at the Oval. Another full pitch from Gooch. And Robin Smith puts it away once again in no uncertain fashion. Took a chance there, but beat the throw. Two on 3 for 2 then after 34 overs here. And, there's Keith Fletcher, still arguably the best captain in first class cricket, but he's got problems now. So Lever now to Smith. He's picked the spot again. And it's 4 more. Fastest televised 50. Smith's only received 23 balls. Went very close there. And a shake of the head. The batsman didn't offer. Slow stop. It's well bowled too. Just 6 from that over, which evens it up slightly. 2:19 for 2. 5 overs left to go here. So 7.2 runs per over required. 36 off 5. Warwickshire beat Lancashire at Old Trafford by 3 wickets with just a few balls to spare. It's another of the vital matches. Looks as though Fletcher's calling up Stuart Turner here. His 6 previous overs have cost 42. And Turner's still got a couple of overs to come. But, banking on a bit of experience here. Turner to Turner. Got the ball in the right half there, but Smith has still got it away for a couple. Seven up there for Robin Smith. Robert Phillip, the fielder, they won't risk a second. Races away, it's 4 more. If it turned on, missed very much round about leg stump. Good old-fashioned left-hander's leg hit there. Takes him on to 107. Crowd quiet. Good over again for Hampshire, 10 from that over. Sees them on to 229. And only Nicholas and Jester, the men, back in the pavilion. Proof of what a good pitch it's been here today. What a fun of very good cricket we've seen. So 4 overs left. Lever can certainly bowl out. He's 2 from that far end. Shout coming from the crowd, but Robin Smith quite safely in at far end. Well, that's David Turner's best score in this competition. 110 now, goes past the 109. And there's a few more there, just one in fact. How can they keep Robin Smith quiet? 48 is made off 30 balls. Fastest televised 50 has come off 34 balls. That'll only take him to 49. Lever then to Smith on 49. After hurry, if that had hit, I think it would have been the end of Robin Smith, but it's 50 for him, and getting that 50 in just 32 balls registers the fastest televised 50 of the season. Fine innings this, 8 glorious fours in amongst it all. Beats the 34 ball 50 made by John Morris, and that was back in early June. 20 wanted now. Leave it to Turner. There's a full pitch again. And it brings 2 more runs. So a run a ball wanted, and I think Hampshire will be kicking themselves if they didn't get these runs now with 8 wickets in hand. Well, the vital overs to be bowled finally by Derek Pringle, and John Lever has sprinted all the way in from the boundary to have a word with him. That's the sort of spirit one has seen in this Essex side over the years. Now he's got to make his way all the way back to that far scoreboard. I've almost decided that's enough. Do you want me all the way back, or shall I stay here? I've got a bad knee, you see. So John Lever now in a position, hopefully to save the single as Pringle comes into Smith. Turner's something of a penchant for swinging the ball away on the leg side. I think that's what's concerning Fletcher and Pringle at the moment. Well, Hampshire have reached the stage, of course, where they could just push the ball and win in singles. But that would really bring the pressure on. A slight adjustment. One over on the offside now. Fletcher shiny, the wicket is gone this time. Up goes Jackie Birkinshaw's finger, and Turner is run out. They took a chance. Been a few shies that have just missed. Fletcher this time was spot on, and David Turner goes for 114. This is the way it happened. A big swing, didn't middle it. Skimmed quietly to Fletcher. Picked his spot. And as you can see, right on target. And David Turner just short. Good decision there by Jackie Birkinshaw on the end. A remarkably good innings from David Turner. 114 coming off only 107 balls and included 10 fours. See again the way David Turner went, due to the accuracy here of Fletcher's throw. So that just puts that added little bit of pressure on. Nigel Cowley is the new batsman coming. He's obviously got some advice. A little meeting in the pavilion. They've worked it out in there, but I'm quite sure that Robin Smith at the far end with 51 knows what it's all about. Pringle to bowl to him. It's a no ball. Would you believe it? The only way it can be out, run out of a no ball is a run out. Absolute drama. Robin Smith run out now for 51. 2 run outs in successive balls, a second off a no ball. Pringle's old error here. Front foot going over the crease. The no ball shouted. There's the signal for it. And Pringle beats Robin Smith back to the crease. Well, I can't remember the last time I saw anybody run out of a no ball. But Really an innings full of promise. I'm sure we're going to see and hear a lot more about Robin Smith. The one replacing him is his elder brother, Chris Smith, who was playing in test matches all through last summer and through the winter tour of New Zealand and Pakistan. Without a touch this year, but hasn't been short of runs in this cricket. They made over 600 in John Blow League this summer. And the umpires, quite rightly, are over to the scorer, making sure that they realise that was a no ball. Because it does mean an extra ball in the over, of course. So the extra run goes on the total, despite the fact that Smith was run out. No ball counts. So it's suddenly livened the crowd up. They've started to chatter and talk down here again now. 2:39 for 4. This puts really different complex on it. 2 new batsmen in, both without a run yet. Still without a run. And suddenly the crowd are coming to life again. Yeah, but quite safe. I don't think they'll risk a second somehow. Nigel Cowley's not taken a strike yet. He's been out there now for a little while. Pringle into Cowley. If that hits, it's going to be close again. He'll scamper single there. I think it's got Chris Smith up the other end. He's limping now. So a good over in turn this time for Essex. And a pretty good over too from Derek Pringle. That's left it with 14 wanted off 2 overs. Well, we're obviously running a little late here at Colchester. We're staying until the end of this match and then news review will follow, but it will, I'm afraid, be a little late. So Lever's turn now. It on a bit, as Essex fielders now, putting the pressure on. And they can get an overthrow. No, they can't. Nigel Cowley's got a limp now at the other end. It's a good shot. From the fielder. They'll have to get two here. Two more. They're safely in. It's interesting that they run a ball now. More changes in the field. Got a raw now if they feel the ball. So real pressure here. I think poor David East thought they were going to sneak a single. And change in the field again. Hampshire still marshalling his forces. Good thing Essex didn't field first. This would have been about a 34 over match. A chance in Pringle's arm, and they've lost out on it, and that was a very foolish thing. Smith sets off for the second one with the ball already in Pringle's hand. Real panic stations there by Hampshire. So Essex going to win this match by run-outs. Really should have known better. Good shot in the first place, clipped it nicely off his legs, went very quickly to Pringle. And by the time Smith is at the far end, turning for the second, there is Pringle with the ball in his hand. Only needed anything like an accurate throw, and Chris Smith was going to have no chance at all. So John Lever finishing with 8 overs for 47 runs. What a testing occasion this for a new young player, John Hardy. Well, that's the situation greeting John Hardy. 8 more runs to win off the over. And that now is not going to be easy. Goodness knows how long it will take to get through this over. People disappearing in all directions. Well, this is where this new rule has been very good. There's always got to be 4 in this inner circle. Otherwise, I fancy you would have seen most of them back on the boundary at this stage. And that's the problem for Fletcher. Keeping 4 men in that inner circle of discs. And yet having sufficient to patrol the boundary. Because if Cowley can nick one away for 4 somewhere, the pressure would then come back on Essex again. Pringle to bowl this last vital over. We'll go for 1, but that's all. Oh dear, that's going to cause a problem or 2 in the field. There's a left-hander. Looks cool enough, doesn't he? I think the old butterflies will be there now. He's the only one that's ready. Essex certainly not ready yet. And the 5,500 people who are here still packed round the edges. 2:48 the score. 7 wanted, 5 balls left. Cowley's backed up. And Keith Fletcher's quite happy to give him 1. Well, they really need a 4 here, 6 off 4 balls. Leg by. 3 balls left. 5 wanted. And yet another conference. I mean, they have a conference after every ball. Another leg by. And again, the LBW shout, all to no avail. So Cowley is the experienced player here. It's really up to him now. With just a couple of balls left, he's going to try and find that boundary somewhere. Well, would you believe it? Moved across to get in position to flick that full toss away the long leg. Left the leg stump open and he goes bowled by Pringle. Moving across. Got the right sort of delivery. Just clipped that leg stump. Well, I think Nigel Cowley will be kicking himself. He had a golden opportunity there. But he's not alone, so one or two of the other Hampshire batsmen, they don't get 4 off this ball, they really have thrown it away. The man left with the unenviable task is Tim Tremlett. Well, that's simple enough, isn't it? He's only got to hit it for 4 and they've won. Well, that's what it's like at the moment. There's no guarantee in the next 20 seconds it won't change again. Again, he's making sure that 4 men are in that inner ring. He himself will go over around to that mid-wicket position. He thinks he's just about got everything covered. Deep long leg, deep square leg, deep mid-wicket, all on the boundary on the leg side. 2 saving the single. It'll be pretty difficult for Tim Tremlett to find the boundary here. He's got 1 ball to do it, and here it comes. Noble effort, but all in vain. So there we are. Success for Essex in a real thriller here by the narrowest of margins. 252 for 6, meaning Essex retain their leadership at the top of the table, pick up 4 points, and then
£15,000 is the marketing director of